All right, y'all. All right, y'all. All right. Damn it. Let's go. Let's go. Okay. Here we go. Let's do it. Welcome back. Happy New Year. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to your favorite podcast.
Riffin with Griffin, yeah.
Whoa, yeah, yeah, yeah.
With Griffin,
It's Riffin with Griffin.
Riffin with Griffin, yeah.
Whoa,
Riffin with Griffin, baby.
Welcome to Riffin with Griffin, y'all. 2022 edition. Happy New Year. So excited. We're back at it again. So, let's just get at this. 'Cause it's Riffin with
Riffin with Griffin, yeah.
Yeah, back at it again. Riffin with Griffin, 2022. Happy New Year. Make sure you check me out daily on Twitch. I am at Erik Griffin Gaming, always on Twitch. While we pretending like bidets work, here's what I mean by that. I don't care what you say. I don't care how long you sit on that thing with the water splashing on you. I don't care how long you do it for. Don't think that you don't still have to do some cleanup, okay? That's all I'm saying. Don't think with this one, you could wash and then turn the fan on and then think you could just get up and walk away. That ain't true, man. And I'm at an age where the cleanup is usually longer than the delivery. Okay? I'm going to say it like that, right? So this thing is ridiculous, man. I'm trying not to be graphic, okay? Because you know what I mean? But you splash, you wash, you sit there for a second, and sometimes and let's be honest too. I mean, it's more like sometimes I'm sitting there ooh, stop flirting with me, bidet. You know what I mean? Because it be hitting you good, and you're like, oh man, what is this sensation? Okay, so other than that, you sit there. I don't care for how long you sit there, maybe a minute, ever long you want to be doing it. But I don't care what you do. When it's time for the wipe, it's like nothing happened. It's like the thing didn't do nothing. And you still end up doing the same amount. They give you this lie that oh, you're going to be saving toilet paper. You're going to be saving the environment. No, you're not. Because now you got to use this sucker to not only clean, but dry. You have to dry off too because you're soaking wet with booty juice, okay? And it's just, I don't know. I just think this is a sham. Bidets are a fraud, okay? Unless you got some high-powered one that can take paint off a battleship, unless you have one of those, this sucker I'm just telling you, it don't work properly. I'm just throwing that out there. Once again, thanks for subscribing. Thanks for sharing and, all that stuff. I appreciate that. So, 50, y'all. Can you believe it? I know I look delicious. 50 years old. Rachel got me this great, big, beautiful 50 card. But, birthdays are weird for dudes, man. If we're just being honest, right? You get to a certain age where your birthday's not even important anymore. Even with my girl, my birthday is supposed to be her birthday. That's you know how they get when it's oh, it's your birthday. I have all these plans for us. And you're just well, I don't sound like something I want to do on my birthday. But it's 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 like when you're a dude, your birthday becomes your girl's birthday. And then her birthday is her birthday. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. So look at this. So people would buy tables at EDC, okay? So they buy like a table while the festival's going on, right? EDC Las Vegas. Look at this receipt. $167,700. $764.50. Let me say it again. Look at this receipt, y'all. $167,764.50 to sit at some table listening to electric dance music. Man, are you kidding me? Look at this receipt. I don't drink alcohol, y'all. But let's just talk about the water bucket. 39 water bottles, $2,925. What? The water. Let me say it again. $2,925 for the water, man. Look at the Red Bull bucket. 16 Red Bulls. $1,200. Red Bulls for $75 a can. What's happening? So I don't even know what this other stuff is. Like, I don't know what Ace of Spades Brute is that it needs to cost $23,000. Or how about this Class Azul Reposado? What is that, chat? Can somebody tell me what that is that costs $51,000? Here's another receipt, y'all. This is another receipt for EDC Las Vegas, right? And this one, I can't make it bigger, but this one is $277,519.39, y'all. Yeah, you can't read this one as well as the other one, but I mean, damn, they bought something that was $100,000. I mean, I don't know what this is. Is that tequila? Is it what is the Space Tea bucket that cost $75? Or the All Are Welcome? What's All Are Welcome for $11,000, y'all? PJ Rose Mag, what is that? $3,500. And then good for this, the service charge was $10,000. Okay, so that's the administration fee. So they charged an administration fee of $10,000. And then the service charge, the 20%. Did this go to the waiter? Did the waiter, are they splitting the tips? Because the waiter got, and I'm sure it was some beautiful somebody, you know what I mean? They got a business card because this is bottle service for $24,000. I hope they got that tip. More power to you. But damn, y'all. Damn. Well, advice from a grown-ass man. I love this one because I was talking about marriage, so let's talk about this one because this one is so important, I think. Got married a month ago. No kids were allowed. Sister-in-law is still mad about that. Well, let me tell you something. We got a no kids wedding going on too. I don't find any problem with this at all. You either have a kids allowed wedding or not. If you want to have an adult wedding, I have no problem with that. I think both ways are fine. And I think it's one of those things where you just have to let them do. People that don't have children, they are oftentimes super selfish about that. They think that, you know, well, I have a kid, so my kid is allowed to go everywhere and do everything because it's my kid and you just have to deal with it. Nah, sometimes we don't want to deal with your kid. I didn't enjoy making your kid, so why do I have to deal with your kid? You know what I mean? So I don't think there's anything wrong with this if you want to have a adults only wedding. You just have to you have to do that way ahead of time. You got to tell people with kids ahead of time, like babies and stuff, like little toddlers, like, yeah, we try not to have toddlers at the wedding. All right. We don't want baby crying during the vows. We don't want you to have to sit there. We also want the people there to just enjoy being out, having an adult time without worrying about, oh, we got to go change the diapers and all this kind of stuff. So it's for you too. So in terms of this question, I know that your sister-in-law is still mad, but she probably mad too because your sister is being taken over by some man. But it is what it is. She'll get over it. Just kill her with kindness. And I'm telling you, she'll eventually get over that. And good luck. But then here's like freaking Jeremy Renner. You know what I mean? Who I'm kind of like, it's like, damn, You know what I mean? Hi. And like he was a 49ers fan, okay, which was great because we were just going at it all game. So then like he disappears for the first half because he goes and he's in the owner's box with the 49ers because he's a 49. He grew up in the Bay Area. He'd been a 49ers fan since the 80s, he told me. So he's like, he off doing that. But it's not good seats. The owner's box is like way up. They looking at the game on TV, but I'm sure it's like swanky, whatever, right? So this guy, he comes back at halftime and he been drinking. You know what I mean? And he's just a fun, like everybody was just, I don't drink, so it is what it is. But I was eating the food. The food was delicious. They had this Peruvian chicken off the chain. Shout out to SoFi and that Peruvian chicken. And they, so then he says to me, he's like, I just want to get hammered and watch my 49ers win. So we just going at it, man. And he was just like I'm saying, like it's just weird experience to like hear somebody so notable that you see him and you know him, face recognition, especially if you're a Marvel nerd. And I'm just sitting here chilling with him like I'm Black Widow. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? And then like he's like he's tipsy. And he's like, they about to kick a field goal, and he's all like, "Oh, if I had my bow and arrow right now, I would just shoot that out of this." That's what he said. He was like, I would just take my bow and arrow and I would just like if he was hot, like if he was really Hawkeye, So that's the kind of fun we were having.
They blew their load on Disney Week. That was the best. Not just because the performances happened to have been great, but like I want to hear the Disney songs.
Yeah.
I don't need to hear, and also no shade to Carrie Underwood. Congrats on everything you do. I don't need a Carrie Underwood theme.
Oh, bro.
You know what a Carrie Underwood theme is for?
100%.
A bar mitzvah.
100%.
Not for the last episode.
Couldn't tell you one Carrie Underwood song.
Yeah, you could.
I couldn't.
I dug my keys into the side of his
that's
pretty
Carrie
little
Underwood?
souped up. And also,
I wouldn't have known.
Jesus, take the wheel.
Oh, that's her song?
Yeah, she's not bad.
I'm not, no shade, but I'm just saying I wouldn't have known.
But I'll tell. Have you ever heard of this song? Can you feel the love? Yeah, because that's awesome.
I totally agree with you. And by the way, too, hey, American Idol contestants, sing the Disney songs we know. Okay?
I knew most of them.
Stop picking the B-sides from the crap Disney movies.
No, but you're talking about like Moana and stuff.
Oh, yeah, dude.
But no, that's just because we're older. Those aren't our Disney generations.
Maybe.
I really think that's what it is.
No, but sometimes I still feel they don't even pick the lead track. It's like
you might be right.
This is like this other track that I'm gonna fool people with. No, man.
When Christian sang "Circle of Life," I watched it so many times.
That's like Big Boy from last year.
I rewatched that too.
That dude was great.
Mm-hmm.
He should have won. But I also understand because you want to talk about singing and you want to have that idol thing. He didn't have that. So I get it.
But now the term idol is changing to like involve all body types.
Oh, exactly. So we live in a world right now where you go, why then are these other people losing?
Country, I think, is a big part of American Idol. A lot of the winners are country, and many of the finalists.
I don't know if I would say many of them. We should actually look that up. I want to look that up and see. But I just know this. White guys that play the guitar win American Idol a lot. Okay?
Shout out to white guys who play the guitar.
Yeah, versus really great singers.
Let's move on from American Idol because I don't have stakes in this game anymore.
All right, we're done with American Idol.
Let's get into the wedding that I had with Joe.
Guys, the wedding was fabulous. First of all, I guess you kind of get a sense of kind of how I am from watching the podcast and stuff like that. And, I bitch about things and I have strong opinions about things. And sometimes I'm a little too serious about some things, And I've kind of had an attitude like, it's just a party. The wedding is just for the wife. It's just for the girl. It doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Like, it's like for a guy, you just kind of show up and whatever. But I got to tell you, it was the greatest day of my life. It really was. It was like emotional. I was like, I cried so many times. It was seeing all my friends there and everything. It really was a magical day. So we had the rehearsal, I'm just going to briefly go over it because I really want to get Rachel on to like go over this, but so we had the rehearsal and it was really hot.
And now we're nervous because it's outside. It was at Sterling Hills, this beautiful golf course in Camarillo. It was a beautiful setting. It was like, oh man, magical. But it was too hot. So now we like, oh my God, because my mom was at the rehearsal. She couldn't stand the heat. Grandma couldn't stand the heat. Rachel's grandma couldn't stand the heat. Her dad has, some issues going on where like the heat was bothering him. You know what I mean? And it was just like, we were like worried about that. We were going to have to get tents, and we had these little bullshit umbrellas. And so it was like, oh no, what's going to happen? But the next day, it was like perfect. There was a breeze. It was a little overcast, so the sun was blocked, but yet still bright out and nice. So that was great. And then even at the rehearsal, I started to be like, oh wow, this is going to be, fun. And so then and then the day of the wedding came, and I was like, all this preparation and planning, that's what really overwhelms you. It's all the preparation. It's all the like, who's coming? Where's everyone sitting? Are you spelling everybody's names right? Then the venue wants a certain number. They want to know how many people you're going to have. And some people aren't going to show up, but they want their money. So so we're trying to decide, do we tell them 95, even though it's 100, and we just assume 5 people aren't going to show up? But then if they do show up, where are they going to sit? It was just like you're just stressing out over that. And then all the families flying in, where they gonna stay, who's coming where, who's going to the wedding, who's not going to the wedding. It was all that. And then it's just a lot of logistics kind of get in the way of the enjoyment and the build up to it, right? So, but then when it finally was there, and then like 2 days before the wedding, Rachel tries on her dress, and she's in the other room, and then she comes in here, and she's, I hate it, because she had to have this custom made dress by this great designer, Mike Costello, and shout out to him. And so she was worried. She kind of designed it herself with him. I never saw, she went to 4 fittings. And then now when it's time to get the dress, she's crying because she don't like what the dress looks like. So I was like, I didn't want to see it on her. So I said, well, you want me to look at it? So I actually looked at the dress beforehand, and I was like, if I'm being 100, I can admit this now because it's, I didn't like how it looked. When she showed it to me in the plastic and everything, I was like, oh my God, she's not going to like that. And then she had her mom's dress there that she got fitted for her just to take some pictures, right? But she was like, why don't you? I said, well, maybe you could wear your mom's dress. And she's like, I don't want to wear my mom's dress. My mom's dress is hideous. She was like, but I guess every daughter would feel like that about her mom's dress. But her mom's dress was beautiful too, right? So I'm like concerned now. And she's like, so no, I have to hit her with the, baby, you could wear a potato sack and you're going to look good. You make everything look good. But honestly, she doesn't make everything look good. Her body's designed for that kind of designer clothes and stuff. So, I was just saying that, but at the same time, I've seen her on the runway in some nonsense, and she make it look good. Listen to me, nonsense. That high fashion stuff, it don't make no sense to me, okay? And this was just a simple white dress, and it had these, I'll show it to you, okay? So I'm concerned. And I said to her, well, you had 4 fittings. What's going on? And then it was like, she's not very confrontational. So she don't want to like put her foot down except for with me. She only put her foot down with me, but she don't put her foot down with anybody else. So I encouraged her. I was like, you need to hit him up. This is your wedding day. So we did. She hit him up. To the guy's credit, he was like, send the dress. So we Ubered the dress over so they could do some finishing touches on it. And then her friend Amanda, shout out to Amanda, she went and picked it up and brought it out to Camarillo. Okay? And so I'm concerned to that point where I'm like, damn, how's this gonna look? You know what I mean? Like, how's this dress gonna look by the time it's time to get married? You know what I mean? Like when she's coming down the aisle. But I got to tell you guys, man, I'm gonna show it to you. She looked awesome. Okay, wait, come on, man. I'm trying to get this one picture. It's like taking forever to render. All right, here we go. So. Boom. And that angle right there isn't even, I can't even really show like real. I'll show you other pictures where it just came out really beautiful. You know what I mean? And and so when I saw her walking up with her dad, I saw her walking up with her dad, and I just was like, I couldn't even get like by the way, anybody just getting married, there's a few times the woman wants you to cry. Okay? Let me just give you some grown man advice. All right? Actually, put this up right now. Real world advice from a grown ass man. Okay? Your woman wants you to cry when you first see her and she's walking up in her dress. That's one of the moments that you get overwhelmed and swell with emotion. I was emotional. It's a long walk up, so I saw her and I was just like, wow. But I couldn't get like that type of emotion because I was so amazed at how beautiful she looked. Like the dress was perfect. I was like, is that even the same dress? So I was so amazed at like how great it turned out and just how beautiful she looked. I just was like in awe when she was walking up with her dad, you know? Thanks, Brian, for the super chat. I didn't even know, you know what I mean? And to the point where, I'm supposed to go shake her dad's hand and be like, thank you for your, thank you. I couldn't even do that because I was like, just, you know what I mean? But that's one of the moments she said, you didn't cry later. You know what I mean? But I'm just telling y'all now, like, what was really going on. But I was a blubbering idiot during my vows. I couldn't get through those, man. It was great. And I went first, and she headlined. You know what I mean? And she crushed it. Her vows were great. So, so anyways, it was just the kind of thing that I didn't know I was going to feel all the things that I felt, like how great it was. And it really was. I had such, like I say, I was just overwhelmed with emotions. You know what I mean? It's especially difficult. If I'm being honest, it's hard for me to watch this show because I'm close friends with Rick. And I personally know the struggles that Rick goes through. So you guys just see podcasts and you see all that stuff. But there's an other side. There's the everyday life that he has to live, and it's not always easy for him. So, see, I'm going to get emotional because he's my friend. I love him. So I shout out to him because, this is like a great project to show how people struggle. And I feel proud, because of, what he's doing in his own life, and to see him, do this and succeed is like really great. Anyways, watch the show. You know what I mean? Every time I have like frozen yogurt, I'm just kind of like, this ain't ice cream. Because that's all it's trying to be. Like, it's supposed to be like a more healthier ice cream, but I just want ice cream. When you have if you have frozen yogurt and you've been eating it all the time, you're like, oh, frozen yogurt is my jam. When you have some ice cream, you go, oh, this is what this frozen yogurt is supposed to taste like. So I don't like doing that to myself. I don't care what it is. Like, they always have these dumb flavors. You ever go to the yogurt place and you get the little sample and it'll say like strawberry. Shit don't taste like strawberry at all. Boysenberry, blackberry, whatever berry, lemon, lime, all these different flavors. Peanut butter. The peanut butter is the only one that sort of tastes like peanut butter. I don't know where you guys stand on that. But like all these flavors that all taste like versions of yogurt, okay? And then you have some ice cream and you're like, oh, yeah, this is what this yogurt is trying. It's like a vegan burger, man. When you have vegan meat and then you have some real meat, you like, get this bullshit out of my face. Why am I eating this vegan meat? But, it's like, I don't care. It's like, just stop pretending. Stop acting like this is the same thing. It's not. Ice cream is way better than yogurt, okay? New poll.
Yeah, listen, Rachel, this is my 200th episode, and
Happy 200.
Yeah, I was like, not that I didn't want you on. I'm just saying I was looking to get like all these big guests. I asked all these like, famous friends of mine. Everybody was busy and stuff. Then I thought to myself, what is supposed to be special, and what could be more special than my beautiful new wife? So that's why you're here.
Sorry, guys.
What do you mean?
could have been a celebrity. It could have been someone funny. But you got me.
Did it come across like that?
Yeah.
Well, here's old reliable, everybody. Okay, well, I didn't mean it like that, but I guess first of all, we already tried to record and the thing wasn't on, and I said it way sweeter, and she was all nice about it. But because we had to do it again, it didn't have the same, you know what I mean? But I meant it.
No, it sounded the same the first time.
Oh,
just like
see when the cameras come on, now you want to like act up. This is podcast Rachel right now.
So acting up is speaking up.
See, here we go.
I'm just saying, I didn't think that was like a crazy response to like your intro.
Okay. This is, yeah.
Okay, well, how do you feel for 200 episodes?
Well, I was feeling good maybe 2 minutes ago. No, I'm feeling fine. It's, it's great,
Cut to this year, and this is what we all want to talk about. Slapgate. Pursuit of slappiness. Here comes Midnight Slaps, the Jada Smith Defender. I don't know. Here we are, dude. I have so many feelings about what happened in this shit. But, oh man, I don't know if I have the sound for you guys to hear it. Let me just play this if I can. I don't know if you guys will be able to hear it or not.
Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right?
Okay. That's the joke. I thought at first that this was some written thing, but I actually think that Chris Rock just off the cuff, he sees her bald head and it's just like makes a quick G.I. Jane reference. As I look at it now, to me, harmless. Let's go back again. Wait, let's go here.
All right? 2, can't wait to see it. All right? G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right?
So you're telling me, like, I've been listening to people talk about this. I've been listening to people talk about, oh, this was so vile. What? The dude looks over. He's poking fun at Will Smith. He sees the wife. He just makes an offhanded comment like, oh, she's bald. G.I. Jane, can't wait to see it. It's nothing. It's not personal. It's not attacking her the way some of these idiots on the internet are talking about. This is the most vile thing I've ever seen in my life. I realize now as I look at it again, it's just an offhanded thing. He don't know about her history. He wasn't thinking about that. He was just making a funny joke in the moment. In the moment. Making a funny joke in the moment. That's it. That's it. And as you can see, Will Smith is laughing too because he knows. And Chris Rock is even like, what, guys? It's just a funny. It's like, all right, you guys didn't like that. Let's move on with our lives. They act like Chris Rock shit in his hand, walked over to her and rubbed it on her bald head. You old bald bitch. That's what people are acting like. Do you see how, like, nonsensical this is? This is nothing. That's a nothing joke. Nothing. It was, there's actually a thing going on the internet right now. Will Smith on the Arsenio Hall show making a bald joke about somebody in the band. And then he even says, people go, ooh, and he goes, come on, y'all, it's just jokes. Look that up. Will Smith on Arsenio Hall making a bald joke. It's just a joke. Like, the way people are acting, they're acting like this guy was like, oh, like he knew in his head right then and there, oh, you know what, she got alopecia, so now I'm going to attack her. It was a small little throwaway thing that, like, we should have moved past like this. That's what we should have done, okay? Right? We should have moved past it like that. Okay. Will Smith is laughing at it because he even knows. You're all right. Y'all got your funny thing. You know, Jada says it and she's like, oh, here he go, talking about me again. I get her energy. Like, she's the butt of the joke. When you're the butt of the joke, you get slapped a little bit. It depends on how hard you get slapped. It's how we should react. This was nothing, y'all. This was nothing. Okay? Chris Rock's reaction is like, what?
That was a nice one. Okay.
So now he thinks, all right, this is it. Let me move on. Okay? I'm not even going to play any more audio from it. Chris Rock thinks, let's move on. And then now, here come Will Smith. He comes up and he just slaps him. Right? And then walks away. What? If we can now, after 2 days, look at this and think to ourselves, that's why you slapped him? Wow. I mean, I'm speechless. You know, I feel like I did it. You know what I mean? I really feel like I did it. And my message to like all of you guys out there that are like, you know, I don't know what you do for a living, but is it the thing you want to do? Is it that, you know, was it your dream? Have you made it your dream? Did you like not attempt your dream? You know, like no matter what it is, did you take a moment and you realized, my dream is unrealistic? But I don't even know, like it's depending on your age and like where you are in life. Don't think anything is unrealistic until you weigh the pros and cons. You know, if you're a 4'7" white boy and you're 30 years old, you're not gonna make the NBA. Okay, all right. So I get it. There are unrealistic, like crazy dreams, but like, is there a moment that you should take a moment and think about that? Let's see. I can't jump. I'm slow. I didn't go to college to play basketball, so that's out. At least give yourself that. Like lay out the process for whatever your dream might be, because you still might be able to achieve some things. You know what I mean? So, especially if you're young, man, you know, and I mean, when I say young, I mean, if you're under 30, don't think you still can't accomplish the things you want to accomplish, because there's so many different outlets now. There's so many different ways to like go to school and learn a profession. There's so many different like trade things you can get into. There's so many things you can get experience at so you can get into the field that you want to get into. I don't know, but it's like dream big, man. Dream big and find a way to make it happen. At least attempt it, you know? Attempt it. You know what I mean? Because look, this is a beautiful home, man. I mean, we talked about this before. I remember from the last time. It's like, it's good to be here. I thought of this immediately. When I saw you were doing it at home, I was like, well, let me come do the podcast here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's just like, this is, you know what I mean? Because this is like, it's great. You know, this is
Look
like
at this little setup, too.
Yeah,
this really
we set
feels
this up
like,
at the last second.
I mean, you're already killing it on your podcast, but this does feel like we're on like a more traditional kind of. I love it. I love this.
I should have brought my arms, but
Guillermo over there just waiting to like. Pipe in a band. Every time we look over here, we're like, right? Rick Glassman comes down on a fucking
he's snapping a lot
on a bungee.
Love Rachel. She's Rachel said something so funny to me. I don't know. She's gonna hate me for even talking about this. But Rachel has this thing, you know. So she's on her period, right? And she's like, do you know how to put in a tampon? And I'm like, no, I do not. And that's not something that I want in my mental Rolodex, right? And then she's, and then she gets stubborn about it. She's like, well, you need to know how to do that. You know, she goes, what if we have a daughter and you die? And she goes, she dies. She goes, what if I die and you have a daughter? What are you going to tell her? I'm like, well, I don't know if any little girl wants their father telling them how to put in a tampon. So that was my first like pushback. I was like, what are you talking about? But she was adamant about it. She was like, no, you need to know how to do this. I think it was just her thing. I think she just wanted me to do it. So it was this whole thing about, I want you to do it. And then she goes, her reasoning is, well, what if I lose my arms? If I lose my arms, you're going to have to do this for me. And I was like, okay.
And I just thought it was super adorable that she thought I would stay with her if she lost her arms. You know what I mean? Like, bitch, I'm out. You don't got no arms? I'm just kidding. Obviously, I'm just kidding, all right? I'm just being facetious, and that's going to be a funny joke on stage. But, so how long have you had the hair? How long is that? How long is it? Is it
years with the long hair? But when I started rapping when I was 18 or 19 on YouTube, it started getting pretty big, couple million views when I was like 19, just freestyling to Lil Wayne beats. And I had like the Bieber, like Beatles haircut. I thought it was the Beatles. Like I thought I was cool like the Beatles. And then Bieber came and then everyone's like, you look like Bieber, you look like Bieber. And so my hair was always sort of the thing, but it was never like a fashion statement. I just didn't know who I was and I didn't know how to cut it. You know, like I didn't have life experience to figure out different ways to put it. So for certain people, they thought it was like a real statement, but I was just kind of like smoking too much weed and just like, if it grows, it grows. You know, that was kind of my whole thought on it.
Riffin with Griffin. Make sure you subscribe, share, hit me up on Twitch, and I'll always be there for you. Yeah. Oh, it's Riffin with Griffin. With the recap. Ooh. Step up, get slapped. Rap recap. Yeah. Oh yeah. I saw Black Adam. I don't have words that work with Adam. But it was good. I knew you would enjoy, cause it had the rock. It's like stock. It always goes high, cause the rock's a fly guy. Wakanda forever. Ever and ever. Really good story. Like Robert Horry shooting threes. Like Rick Dees. That movie got you on your knees. You going Erik Griffin, please. What's your steez? It's a rap recap. You know it's never whack. That's how we do it. Ooh, speak no evil was crazy shit. I can't believe the parents end up in the ditch and they got stoned. Vacation. Don't ever do it and it's whack. And it's slack. Oh, it's Erik Griffin with the rap recap. Give me a pound and some rap. And then you pat me on the back. Woo! Taking over the set. Running shit like I'm over fat. I get slapped. I wanna get capped. Everybody, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Thanks for sharing. Super chats. Special Sunday night. And we're doing it right. See you next week with a new beat. Look at me. Shit. Tapping my feet. The rap recap. Woo. Don't turn your back. Put out your hand and get some dap. Did it again. Somebody tell your friend. Rap recap. I don't even remember what I talked about. Box office mojo. This is my dojo. Teaching that karate, the chat getting bodied. Avatar, highest grossing of all time. Look in the mirror, Erik Griffin, fine as wine. That's all he. Okay, well, sometimes when y'all gonna send a beat in, you gotta make sure the beat is long. Yeah. The rap recap. Riffin with Griffin. cash flow. Now you know I don't regular Joe. Ho, ho, ho. Check out the flow. Make sure you subscribe and share. I know that you don't care. Keep your negativity on the side. Strive to stay alive. I don't know why that's still up there, but whatever. Okay. Hey, Elon bought Twitter. It ain't a hitter. I think it's a shitter. I'm about to quit her. If I have to pay $8, everybody holler. That's about it. Erik Griffin is the shit. Kyrie Irving with that. He won't come back. He sound like he on crack. He need to take it back. That was whack. It's full of slack. Speak no evil was horrific. Maybe it was terrific. I don't think so. Watch that thing so I can flow. Thanks for being here. Podcast of the year. Sick flows all up in your ear. I'm sincere. Glad you were here. Now I gotta go. Erik Griffin with that flow. It's the rap recap. It ain't whack. It's a matter of fact. I tell you everything with the recap. Thanks for watching Riffin with Riffin. Bye. It's time for one of these Fishy Beats for the rap recap. I don't drink cause I don't wanna get clapped. Wanna keep my senses. Not trying to get slapped. That's how we do it. On Riffin with Griffin. This is Erik Griffin. You know I'm riffing about the book club. Rubber dub dub. Listen to the book in the tub. Woo! Wednesday on Netflix. That show, super the shit. Jenny Ortega. Nothing rhymes with Ortega. That show was pretty good. And another one of another rap recap. So make sure you check it out. Step up. Thank you. Give me some dab. Thanks for watching, y'all. And I will see you next week. Yeah.